I will be voting no on Gavin's California redistricting measure, and here's why. Every Democrat I've talked to about this turns bright red, so feel free to let me have it in the comments. For starters, let's take a trip back to Trump's first term, the good old days when he had at least a couple of good people working for him. In the first 2 years of the Trump presidency, they refused to comply with at least 30 congressional subpoenas. During the first impeachment inquiry, they defied over 70 requests for documents. 12 senior officials just outright refused to comply with subpoenas. In total, that administration impeded or obstructed at least 74 investigations. And that was before the Democrats had any power. Now let's come back to present day. In the big beautiful bill, Trump basically got everything he needed, including his own private ICE and CBP armies. And anything else he needs, Republicans will probably pass before the midterms, and I would suspect that this isn't going to include a lot of voter suppression. All that being said, this is how it relates. What the hell do Democrats plan on doing if they retake the House? How does it change anything? Why am I doing this measure if you're going to do nothing? Or if you simply can't do anything? It's just another example of trying a normal political solution to an existential problem. You also don't fight voter suppression with more voter suppression, even if it is for only 6 years. It completely ruins any credibility you had left with independence. People in this country, often rightfully, already think both parties are the same, that they're both equally corrupt, and this plays right into that narrative. It's also just not going to work. Thanks to Democrat gerrymandering over the years, Republicans can gain a lot more seats than Democrats can. California is one of the only options. Democrats' approval rating nationwide is currently at 33%, well below even Donald Trump. They don't have the political capital to convince me or anybody else that they're doing this for the right reasons. Why would I trust a guy that works with ICE and treats the unhoused worse than DC police? Gavin only wants you to vote for this so that he gets a win when he runs for president. Next, California is going to get bogged down in legal fees. The constitutionality of a rushed measure like this is already in question. You think the Supreme Court's going to rule in California's favor? Electoral trust is already dangerously low. I don't see how this brings back any election credibility. Now, I've said this before, but we're simply living in a different time. Everything changed last November. That was our last chance to do it the normal way, to do it through a free and fair election. We're now in a position where what we need to do is develop an effective resistance. Resistance leaders have to be of high character. They've got to be separate from special interests and talented, somebody like Mamdani. So this next election can't be about winning the House. It's just a waste of energy at this point. It should be about actually draining the swamp and getting as many resistance leaders into leadership positions as possible. We need leaders that are willing to engage in self-sacrifice. Why haven't we seen a single Democrat engage in nonviolent resistance yet? Most of these Democrats, their staff, and their lobbyists are just trying to keep their jobs. They don't care about you or me. Gavin Newsom is not coming to save you. He might get a hair out of place.